Welcome, and today we're going to be looking at the best legendary guns in Destiny 2, but more specifically, we're going to focus on the best legendary SMGs available in the game. As I said in my first video covering auto rifles, I'll link to that in the description. Just because it's not on this list doesn't mean the gun isn't good. It just means it's outshined by another weapon on this list. Keep the best roll of each gun you get in case they get buffed or one of these gets nerfed. Also, I'd like to thank everyone for the support so far. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. You are the ones who push me to be better. If you haven't subbed, press that red button. It's free, it helps me out, and it gives you a new content stream of info and guides. Now that I've shamelessly plugged myself, let's get into it. MULTIMACH CCX is going to start the list as a kinetic SMG that you can obtain from the Iron Banner. MULTIMACH is a 900 RPM lightweight frame SMG. It is literally made for the run and gun playstyle. While having PvE options available to it, it really shines in PvP thanks to its overall aggressive perk kit. I'm a big fan of mine, which came with dynamic sway reduction and iron grip, so that in PvP firefights, I have excellent recoil control on an already very reliable SMG. This is an easy to use shredder that fits well in any Guardian's arsenal. Next up is going to be the Extraordinary Rendition. Extraordinary Rendition is a kinetic SMG and boasts an aggressive frame with high damage and 750 rounds per minute. It is possible to obtain this from Season 13 activities and from Ingrams in the Prismatic Recaster. This SMG is the mirror to the MULTIMACH, being able to hold its own in PvP, but truly shining in PvE. I don't normally mention barrel types because most guns you want to lean into are the same ones. Full bore, small bore, pretty much the range boosters. On this one, it could pay off to go for one that increases recoil a little bit, with the best of both worlds looking to be the extended barrel. This will make the gun have a purely vertical recoil pattern, making it easier to control on controller and mouse and keyboard alike. When it comes to perks, it's hard to go wrong with a lot of strong picks, but Overflow and Outlaw are the top picks in the third slot, and the fourth slot is Bountiful with Frenzy, Rampage, Multi-Kill Clip, and One For all being available. Pick your poison, as all of these will do great on this gun. Absolutely worth the time to get a decent roll on. Extraordinary Rendition is a solid addition to the kinetic slot. Coming in hot with solar damage, the next SMG on our list is Death Adder. Death Adder is another lightweight frame SMG boasting 900 RPM and some good backing perks. This SMG is available as a drop within the Prophecy Dungeon, giving it a reliable go-to spot if you want to try to nab it. The most popular role for the Death Adder is Feeding Frenzy and Dragonfly, giving the gun a reload speed increase after rapid kills and making targets explode upon precision kills. Personally, I'm a fan of any high RPM gun having dynamic sway reduction to help with recoil, although this gun does have very linear recoil. I'd pair Dragonfly or Disruption Break with that as well. Disruption Break increases the damage of kinetic weapons after breaking a shield, which would most likely be a special ammo type for max damage potential. Whichever role you decide on, I can guarantee you will enjoy using Death Adder. This list would be remiss without mentioning the 7th SERAPH VY7. Introduced in Season 10, this SMG is the oldest on this list. The 7th SERAPH VY7 is an arc precision frame, lending it a more vertical recoil and 600 RPM, making it the lowest RPM on the list. This means nothing, however, when it comes to firepower, as the 7th SERAPH SMG hits hard and is capable of spawning Warmind cells. So, as I was making this video, Bungie announced in their TWAB that they were going to be nerfing the Warmind cells come Season 15. They're going to be reducing the damage they do, and they're going to be reducing the range at which they affect the enemy. So with that being said, it seems like a pretty heavy hand. However, I still think that Warmind cells are going to be good, if only for their support, based on the mods that you have equipped. So once Season 15 comes out, I'm going to be making a video covering these changes to the Warmind cell mods, and if damage is no longer the game, then I'm going to tell you, what I think you should use to still get proper use out of them and to keep using these weapons if it's what you want to do. So that being said, if you want to see that, make sure to press the subscribe button. It should be like right here-ish. I'm bad at this. And you'll get to see when the content goes live. Other than that, enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you so much. You can obtain the 7th SERAPH SMG as a world drop, which means it's pretty much everywhere. But the best bet is to check in with the gunsmith to see if it's in his inventory, though this is true of all the world drop guns. For the 7th SERAPH SMG's perks, there aren't a lot of choices, which is nice in a way, since it won't be as hard to get a good roll. For the 3rd perk slot, I recommend 4 times the charm for the ammo regen, and for the 4th slot, I would lean towards Vorpal or Dragonfly in that order, with Feeding Frenzy being an acceptable consolation prize. Due to its lower RPM, this SMG will feel different from any other on the list so far, and that is 100% okay and appreciated. I really enjoyed using the 7th SERAPH VY7. Did I say I enjoyed? Why the past tense, you may ask? But there really isn't a reason, since we just hit the end of our list. Thanks for watching. Okay, we know why I said that. If you don't, I only have one word for you: Ikelos. To be more specific, Ikelos-SMG-V102. Saving the best for last is the goal here, and this is the gun that made me vault my 7th SERAPH SMG. This is the little brother that grew up to outshine its siblings, coming in with an aggressive frame and 750 rounds per minute. It's arc, so it fills the same niche in my loadout as the SERAPH, and also spawns Warmind cells with mods. The selling point here for me isn't hard in the slightest, it's the perk selection. It has a unique ammo type in the 2nd perk slot called SERAPH rounds that can over-penetrate targets and ricochet, helping clear adds as they spawn and move as packs. In the 3rd slot, we have less impressive choices, but as I've said previously, I'm a big fan of the dynamic sway reduction for recoil control, and I personally love Demolitionist, and it seems the community overall agrees. Generating grenade energy on kills is big, especially with the emphasis on stasis grenade builds that some hard PvE content has. This perk allows me to have 100% turret grenade uptime when I play Stasis Warlock in the Master Vault of Glass Gatekeeper section, making the Conflux defense a breeze and otherwise extremely brutal content. Vorpal also isn't a bad choice in the 4th slot, but is still secondary for me. While this gun is now a world drop, getting it seems pretty easy based on the light.gg numbers, so just keep your best and keep looking for the next roll, and you'll have one of the most fun to use legendary guns in the game. So that's really it for my list. Honorable mention goes to the Stochastic Variable, also an arc SMG with decent perk rolls, overshadowed by 2 Warmind cell SMGs. If Warminds end up being over nerfed, this will be an easy choice as well. Other than that, if I missed one of your favorite SMGs, let me know in the comments. I read all my comments and respond very frequently throughout the day and night. If you're still watching, you're among a small group. Thank you so much for your time and for supporting me. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm trying to make the push to 1,000 right now. If I get there, I can start doing short content as well as posts to keep people up to date. What do you want to see next? Want me to skip the primaries and go to special or heavy? Let me know that as well. I chose SMG as my 2nd category based on a comment on my auto rifle video. So that's it for now. Come check me out on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Next week, I plan to attempt to solo flawless all of the dungeons. Come join me in the pain. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.